Welcome back to my cooking series. I don't even know what I'm calling this at this point, but we're just learning how to cook different dishes. Today we are going to make crab cakes. A little bit different, I think, than you might be expecting. So let's just go through some of the regular traditional stuff, and then we'll get into something I do a little different. Something I learned a long time ago when I was in the restaurant, worked in the restaurant. First thing, let's cut up some vegetables. Basically, we're gonna do two peppers, one red, one yellowish green, and we're just gonna dice these really, really small. So first thing, julienne them, long strips, and then I'm just gonna do really, really coarse chop. I'm gonna do the same thing with the onion, red onion. So we're gonna really just dice it up really small. Perfect, just like that. Okay, fresh onions. Eyes are starting to water. Oof. All right, stay tuned, we'll come back. Now this might be the weird part. So, crab can be very expensive, and what I learned a long time ago is to try and build in a little some other flavors, some other profiles, some little less expensive things to add to the crab cake. Some people will use shrimp. I am using mahi-mahi, which will add a little bit of depth and texture to it, and then I've got some black cod, which is going to add some creaminess. And all I'm going to do, believe it or not, is blend this up, add it to the vegetables, and then just start making the recipe and building the crab cakes. Add a little lemon. It's not a heavy paste. It's really just kind of a light, chunky thing. And we're gonna add it with the veg. Crab can be very expensive. This wasn't cheap, but compared to the other stuff that was in Costco, which is where I got this is a deal. I'm gonna make a hell of a lot of crab cakes. So I'm gonna use a hell of a lot of crab. A lot of crab, that's gonna make a lot of crab cakes. I don't think the bowl is big enough. And by the way, once these crab cakes are done, you can freeze them. So don't think you gotta eat it all in one bite. One sitting. Crab is mixed in with the seafood, the fish. I'm gonna add a couple of scrambled eggs that I've already scrambled. You wanna do this in a separate bowl, so if you get any shells, you don't do it into the crab cake itself, do it into a little bowl. So no shells in there, that's great. We talked about salt and pepper. let's add a little, or maybe a lot because of all I got, because everything I got in here. Italian style breadcrumbs. They're already seasoned. Don't need to make any more work for yourself. That's not gonna be enough. Okay, let's start with that. Let's call that a cup and a half, and gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise, again, helping with the binding. I like this brand, Chosen. It is a little more expensive, but I like the clean label. A lot of other avocado mayonnaise, which is what I like to use, has a lot of things in it that I don't like to eat. Just mix all this up. You're gonna have to get your hands in here at some point, so get ready for that. All right, a little more mayonnaise. Again, I think this was probably about a cup and a half, maybe a little more. Now it's time to get your hands in here. There we go. You're gonna wanna feel it and touch it because it's gonna have you need a certain texture in order to create the crab cakes, and we're really heading towards the texture I'm looking for. So I want that little stickiness, which is what I got here. And now I can start making my crab cakes. Panko breadcrumbs are what I use on the outside of the crab cakes. I told you I was gonna start trying and using new brands, things I haven't tried before. I found this brand, Kushi, sourdough, panko. These are Italian style. I've got half Italian style and half just regular panko in here. Crab cakes. They're gonna get you want a nice little sticky texture to that, which is what we talked about when we were mixing everything up. And then, just once, twice, maybe just tap it around a little bit, get some breadcrumbs on the outside, and then on a sheet pan. All right, well, I've got to make what looks to be about 600 crab cake. So, yeah. Gonna take a few minutes. We made crab cakes. You saw me make those. I put some in the freezer. They freeze really, really well. They're still hold their shape. If you can vacuum form them, vacuum seal them, put them in the freezer, even better. If not, put them in a Ziploc and try to get as much air out of it as possible. Breadcrumbs will get a little soggy when you freeze them, so I'm just going to put a little fresh coat of breadcrumbs on them. And we are ready to go. I'm just doing a couple of them tonight. It's just me and my new pup, Daisy. There's a little bit of raw fish in them. So what I'm gonna do right now is I've got them in a pan. I'm going to put them in the oven, let them cook at like 350 for maybe 15 minutes because I want to get that. I want to make sure they get hot throughout the crab cake. And then we're gonna pan sear them. I'll be ready to go. I'm gonna serve this over a little sauteed spinach, salt, pepper. Just gonna cook this down until it's a little wilted. Put on the plate. Crab cakes have been warming up, cooking a little bit. You can definitely smell the crab. It smells fantastic. A little avocado oil and butter in the bottom of this pan. I like avocado oil in this situation just because that's a little higher smoke point than olive oil, but normally I would use olive oil. But now we're just gonna let these go. The oven's still a little warm, so I'm just gonna put this plate in the oven so it stays warm. All right, let's check these out, flip them over. Oh yeah, that's good. Gonna get a little browner on this side. We want to get a little more toasty than that. I may flip them back again, but we're off to a good start. Let's see what we got here. Ah, that's what we're looking for. All right, a couple more seconds on the other side and we'll be done. Okay, one more thing. I'm a big horseradish guy. Love horseradish. I picked up Gold's, local grocery store, actually Whole Foods, I believe. A little bit of mayo. I like the avocado. Yeah, like I said, I like horseradish. This is just gonna go over the top of the crab cake. Probably gonna cover up the crab a little bit more than I want to, but Today I'm in the mood for some pretty strong horseradish. These are done. They look fantastic. They came out terrific. And now I'm just gonna put that mayo over the top. Sit back and enjoy them. Please, I'm doing a lot of cooking these days. Make It Italian One on YouTube. Would love to have you follow me and subscribe and just see what I cook. This will also be on my Instagram page, so enjoy it. Maybe you'll get to see Daisy a little more too.